Alright, Chapter 3. And once again, some new things are available that will be interesting to us. We're with Goltana, and we're during the war. 20,000 dead, counting both sides, that makes 40,000. Well over 200,000 injured just in our troops alone. Casualties aren't the only problem. You can see Elmdor turned to ends up being an ally of Goltana's. That's interesting, right? Because the reason Dysadarg wanted to get rid of Elmdor was he was a likely Goltana ally, or at least not a particularly likely Larg ally. And if we think about the map, we don't know where Limberry is yet, but it's on the east end of the map, which is much more closer to Goltana territory. However, um, him being rescued by a Bolve, by Ramza, was supposed to have turned the tide because potentially it got Elmdor as an ally. That doesn't seem to have happened. I don't think that's ever really explained, but that's okay. Casualties aren't the only problem. Food stock is short, as we expected. The real problem's the drought. Or at least the explanation is not one that is on those lines. I think there probably, yeah, is explanation. The food stock is short as we expected. The real problem's the drought. There's no food, and tax revenues are reduced. Storage is at less than a half. Larg's probably facing the same problem. I hear crops were ruined before harvest due to rain. More serious are those made destitute by the war. According to Olin, more than 100,000 refugees have come to Lesalia. Aha, good. Larg will have problems getting food. This is no laughing matter. The same could happen here. Lesalia is, of course, the main capital, so that means Larg does control the main capital. Many refugees may come here. Should we start peace talks? I understand your concerns, but we cannot stop the war. We'll increase tax by 30%. Make sure no one trades grain at high prices. Also keep an eye on all refugees entering Limberry. That's the Marquis Elmdor's region. Larg is in difficulty too. It's not too late for a peace settlement. Orlandu, the previous war hero, is here the one by far the most interested in finding peace. Enough, Orlandu. A peace settlement won't occur. Our nation exists because of the people. We exist because of them. Farmers suffered the most in the war. Raising taxes would hurt them even more. The soldiers are also suffering from lack of food. It's impossible to continue, physically and mentally. Mentally? Are you becoming a coward? In the last war, we served by keeping Ordalia out of our land. Are you saying there's no right in this battle? Since when did you start talking about hypocrisy? You can't go easy on them. It's for the people. We can't allow a corrupt royal family to oppress the people any longer. We fight. Because, of course, a corrupt royal family is any other royal family. Obviously, your royal family is the only good and true one. He's right. Just a little longer before it's over. And they'll always tell you that in wars. The lead up to a war is always this will be quicker and easier. You can see that in the current invasion of Ukraine now and the press around it in Russia, but you can see it in things like the U.S. invasion of Iraq. It was all presented as this will be clear, decisive, problem solving, and instead it is mired disasters with just horrible results for all the people near it. I never expected to hear that from the one they used to call TG Thunder God Sid. A little longer. Where'd you get that idea? How can you be so optimistic? Are you blind? Your words are harsh. Enough. I'm disappointed in you, Orlandu. Any more harsh words may mean your life. I won't say this again. If any more of you disagree with my plans, go, now. Understand, Orlandu? Poor Orlandu. Chapter 3. The Valiant. So we had the meager, and we start the game seeing kind of suffering of the people. I'm gonna make sure this pause for a sec. Then we see people with power who are manipulating events and people with some power who are following what the manipulators are doing. And now we're seeing something, maybe we'll see something more heroic here. Delita told me that there is a big tide, and he goes against it. If this Age of War is the big tide, God, this is so slow. I'm fast forwarding. Like a fate we can't avoid. Can I go against it? I was saying I'm fast forwarding just to say how slow this is. Now I head for Lesalia to tell my brother Zalbag there's someone manipulating this war. But we don't really trust Zalbag. Zalbag had Teta killed. That dude sucks. All right, door to Trade City. First, we have access to the fur shop. If you poach monsters, you can now trade them in for items. You can get some great items this way. I believe the second best spear in the game is already available. You can just have your Lancer go off if you have access to poaching. No, poach is a mediator ability, I think. So to take advantage of this, you'd need a mediator, and then you could invite certain units. There are very few battles with monsters we're doing, but you could add a few more, not level up too much, grab some monsters, but you're not allowed to bring them into battle. So I guess for a playthrough like this, it's not relevant. But for a normal playthrough, poaching can get you some really nice stuff. Let's go to the bar and see what the local news is. Future of the war. 3 months have passed since the battle at Gulafavia, the first all-out battle on a plain bordered by Lesalia and Limberry. The death toll for the two armies reached nearly 400,000. This battle between those that fought side by side during the war is only creating many casualties with no end in sight. Many see the situation as a stalemate, and its length has brought pessimism among the people. Princess Ovelia, abducted from Orbon Monastery, has been safely rescued. The mastermind behind her abduction was Gelwan, not true, a close official to Galtana and Queen Revelia, trying to bring her son to the throne. It was the Queen's plan to persuade the minister, but those supporting the Queen strongly deny these allegations. Furthermore, the minister has already been executed. And of course, if he actually knows nothing, you do want to kill him quickly so it doesn't become clear he wasn't connected to it. The one who rescued the princess was a young knight named Delita, an assistant black sheep knight under Baron Grimm's. Recognized for his heroism, he is expected to be the next leader of the Black Sheep, now that the seat is vacant since the Baron was killed while fighting the Ryomoku. 3 months have passed since the death of Draclau due to illness. Yup, that's definitely what happened. I love when like the rumors here are just clearly not what happened, but you can also see how they're being distributed, which tells you something about power and who gets to speak and what is believed, right, in this universe. There are rumors that the leader of Lesalia Castle was really assassinated. There's even one rumor that it was murdered by an unidentified monster. To support these theories, there was an attack upon the castle by thieves the night before his death, causing many deaths and injuries. The cause of death was said to be people were crushed to death. Weird. Weird. But someone probably did see a monster in there, so it does seem like there was a monster. I'm not sure that's who killed Draclau, though. That's fun. I like what they're doing with this. 10 years ago, the kingdom had a terribly bad harvest. Zaltenia and Limberry were devastated by drought, and their harvests were half the norm. On the other hand, Galleon and Fovoham were devastated by floods. The harvests in the west were about half the norm as well. People left destitute in the war, and people suffering from famine migrated to Lesalia, seeking refuge. All right. Now the shop. We got some stuff here to do too, because let's go to the fitting room. What do you got for me? Now we don't want to use best fit because the wizard staff has lower power than the rainbow staff, so it'll automatically equip the rainbow staff, but the wizard staff is better because it gives that magic +1. All right. Twist headband. Now twist headband, if you are a physical attacking build, is one of the best items in the game because it has +2 physical attack, which is a huge boost to physical attack, especially if you're not getting the kind of busted side quest items. Now, in general, speed is better than physical attack. So at some point, you move off this if a better speed option is there. But in general, if you're a physical class, you want the 2 physical attack over the speed point. We, however, want the speed point. If it was 2 magic attack, this is only 1. We might take the 2 magic over the speed, but we still want to be on the green beret. So you do not want to be using best fit because it will not equip you properly. The Brigandine is +20 life, but this gives the +2. No, we don't want to buy that. One sec. Yeah. Sorry, there was something. Was there something I changed here? No. I just accidentally it went to put on the Brigandine, right? No, it tried to put on a Wizard Robe, which I think I accidentally duped there, but okay, that's a different issue. And the defense ring we should remember to switch off, so it was good to check this. Let's get back to our normal gear, because we no longer need this. We love wizard mantles. Wizard mantles give really nice dodge, and just as importantly, more importantly, they give a magic point. Let's see what best fit brings. We'll come back to this, but again, we don't want the twist headband, and we don't really want the brigandine. We like having high magic power. There's a case for the no, there isn't. Like, there's a case, right? If we get both, we get up to 153 HP, and that is significantly more survivable. I don't think it's worth it. Here, we do want the twist headband because we just want the increase in life, and we are going to buy one sea bag here. Now, a sea bag gives a boost to magic, so actually, let's put that. We could put that on our oracle, but the sea bag's damage is really bad. Bags do somewhat randomized and really crappy damage, so we still want the bamboo. So there would be some reason to give her the bag because it ups her magic, but the bamboo is just such a powerful attacking weapon. It's doing 70 on average. So we're going to put it on Yuna. And that costs a lot of money. We're broke. Okay. So let's just get the bag for now. Why would we get the bag, you ask? What's so good about this bag? Well, the reason we're getting the bag is because we are going to do a glitch. And I'm glad we had enough money to do it. What we're going to do is we're going to now equip the sea bag here. And we're going to cancel out... oops, how do we do this? We want to switch the sea bag here. Sorry, we want to click the sea bag here. Then we want to quit fitting it. And then we can try it on again. And you'll know. How do we do this again? There is a way to dupe items. Oh, no, okay. What we're going to do is we're going to... Okay, I remember now, I think. We're going to put it in the second slot. We're going to take it off. We're going to put it in the second slot. Now, this bag was very expensive, which means it also sells for a lot. Now, when we go to the fitting room and we do best fit... Ooh, no, that's not it. How do we do it? We do best fit, it will go back to this. We don't have enough gil. Okay, so we're going to have to sell stuff. That's okay, we have stuff to sell. We'll be able to get up. Oh, the reason I bought a few extra green berets was just because the knights in the battle outside Lionel, because they can't hit you for damage, are more likely to use break moves, and it's nice to have a little backup stuff to, in case they break anything, to equip before the boss fight after. So that's the reason I bought a few extra things. We should actually keep these items. I don't know if we need the defense rings again, but the rubber shoes, I think both are helpful to keep. All right, so now we should be able to go to the fitting room, and what we do is best try it on. She'll try on a sea bag. Then we go to best fit. It cancels it out. And now we go to leave, and I think you'll see if we scroll down, it'll say, yeah, one of two. So we do this, we do best fit, and then we leave. Did that work? God, I don't remember how to do this at all. Try it on, best fit, cancel out, fitting room. I think that's how you do it. Try it on in the wrong hand. Yep, best fit brings it back to the right hand, but it sort of leaves that other one in your inventory. And so by doing this a few times, we can dupe a bunch of these, and this essentially gets us infinite money. You need a female character to be able to do this. Only female characters can wield bags, but we have two in this party. This makes it good to have at least one female character in your party. On the other hand, most parties aren't going to need extra money. The reason we want extra money, and it is a very good reason, is because we're going to be buying so many katanas, right? We want to make sure we always have access to katanas. And so to do that, we're going to need money. And because we need so much money for a samurai run, we're going to be doing this kind of duping. Each one is worth 26,500 to sell. So every 4 we get of these is 100,000. And with 100,000, we can buy a whole lot of stuff. Again, in a normal playthrough, you don't need to do this. And in a playthrough, even like a challenge run like this, if you don't have a class that eats money like Samurai, probably not needed. But here, quite pleasant to do. And yeah, that's probably enough. And now we will sell all the bags. And we have 300,000. And now we can look at what else we want to buy. Because there's some stuff here. Feather boots. We may want a feather boots later. I won't buy it yet. Magic gauntlet is +2 to magic attack. That's pretty good. There is a case for switching from the wizard mantle to this, right? Would we rather have the evasion, or would we rather have a second plus to magic attack? Now, one reason you'd make the switch is if you have a wizard, the wizard with magic attack up, whatever your magic attack is, divide that by 3, round down, and then add that to your total for how much magic attack boosts it. So if you have like 11 magic attack, divide by 3, that's 3.67, round down, that's 3, you go up to 14. However, if you equip the magic gauntlet and go up to 12 magic attack, divide by 3, that's +4, it goes up to 16. So at some specific breakpoints, the magic gauntlet will be worth +2 magic attack over the wizard mantle, even though it's only 1 higher. For our party, I think we'll stick with wizard mantles. I like having a little safety here. The other thing is we have a new katana. Now this katana is not going to up our damage. This is a healing katana to use, but it gives us a second version of healing in our party, and that's really nice. Still don't want the Asura knife, but we should remember to go learn. This is also the first time ninja knives become available, ninja weapons. So if you had a ninja in your party, this is a time when their damage starts to increase more. So Murasame is the second we will buy. Heaven's Cloud will be our first damage upgrade. The reason we skipped Bison Boat is because it does MP damage. Right? This does normal damage. This does healing. This is damage again. This is protect and shell. And this will be our final damage upgrade. These three... No, this one, we will get both of these. These will be our top 2. And these 2 are like endgame bonus weapons that you can't get in a normal playthrough. This is our highest damage move, but this gives 8 range in any given direction, while this does the normal area around you effect. So it is worth having both. So we're going to get some Heaven's Clouds when that comes up, and we'll get a few Kiyomoris, because Protect and Shell are useful, and then Muramasa and Kyuchi Emoji is going to be our main stuff. And the other thing I forgot about earlier is Dancer can learn Fly. So that's very nice. And I think we'll stick with Dancer until we learn A save and Brave up. Because if we can get our Brave really high, then A save will go off regularly, and our Dancing Knight will be a better class. We can have higher HP. All that matters for this unit is HP, basically. But our Dancer has never been in much danger, so we may as well keep learning the more valuable moves while we're here. So I think that's it for now. I don't think there's anything we need to buy elsewhere, right? We don't need, like, night gear. That would be at the castles, either Egros or Lionel, but we don't need to go there. So let's, I guess we can just continue. Goland Coal City, like so much of this game, is a tricky fight that can go really wrong. Because it is an automatic save a unit fight. Also, it is a fight where there are enemy thieves that can use charm. They are female thieves, so your male characters are in danger. So my note says, start your male characters on the far right to keep them farther away from the thieves. We don't want the thieves to charm our samurai, because our samurai can one-shot our whole team, right? That could just be an instant game over if Ramza gets charmed. So we have to be very careful here. This fight can go really wrong 2 ways. 1, the character we're protecting, the guest we're protecting, can die. It is a save someone mission. And 2, Ramza can get charmed. Or any physical characters you have, right? Most teams will have more physical, any male characters. This team has 1 male character. Many teams will have more than 1. Ramza, one male character is the fewest you can have because you're forced to have Ramza. But it's pretty easy to have a party where anytime you see female thieves, you should be worried. Where did he run? Onto the roof? Up there on the roof. That's a lot of thieves. Surrounded. In fact, the thieves are kind of on both sides, and there's a mediator. First time we see a mediator. Weirdly, they're named Thief, but I don't know who you are. Too bad you stumbled on us. Next time, put a sign outside saying Thieves Hideout. Ha ha, damn blabbermouth. Now give yourself up. But this is actually a character we've heard the name of but not met. Something weird's going on in here. We have many visitors today. Let's get them all together. And our mission is save Olan. Now, Olan was mentioned by Orlando, who we should have positive feelings about right now. Also, these chemists have guns. Olan has one of the best moves in the game if it goes off. Olan has an even better move than Nameless Dance. Alright, great to see the female thieves running the other way. And we just need this one to not charm Ramza. Okay, this is great. Great news. This one can't reach us. The chemists have guns. The next level of gun is now available. So the chemists do 64 a hit, not including Zodiac damage. Zodiac boosts. But which is kind of scary because it's like 100% to hit as well. You'll notice we are underleveled because we're mad skills at this game. Okay, he's under 100 life already. We're gonna need. There's a bunch we need to do. Let's go here. I don't think our heal can reach him. We could just get a game over here. But like, oh, we can reach him. Okay. So I'm going to cast Cure 3 on this tile. Because we need to keep Olan up. And then I can't get you all that close. Let's go here. And is there time magic we could do? It's useful. Haste ourselves. So we can run around and quickly slaughter stuff. That seems pretty useful. 94% missed. Wonderful. XCOM all over again. Galaxy Stop. Now look at this. Hopefully it hits some things. If it hits, it's don't act and don't move and stop at once. And the enemy can't do anything. Now, if we combine that by throwing some Nameless Dances, you'll see her fly looks pretty funny. Forgot how silly that looked. Hopefully we can keep them all under control. Okay, that's great. Olen's over 200 life again. And hopefully he just keeps casting his Galaxy Stop. Sometimes he'll start attacking things, which he's doing here. You don't want to see that. You want to see him just casting spells, because his don't act, don't move, don't stop stuff is so powerful. Effect. But we can add our own status effects. You know, we have a weaker Galaxy Stop, but a Galaxy Stop nonetheless. Double Frog. Not bad. Alright. Quasler the Chemist is a problem. Especially because we're kind of low on HP there. Alright, I guess that's our next person to heal. Maybe we should take out the Chemist. Not too worried about Olan right now. But maybe I should be, actually. 89? 62 gets you out of range. You're not going to get killed next hit, right? Because you've taken 128 at 64 a hit. So let's just give you enough you don't die next hit. And I think, actually, I should try to get over to where Olan is. Because he's right in the middle of a swarm of enemies. So if they do start freeing up whenever his stuff wears off, he could get mobbed immediately. So we should try to get rid of units that might do so. So we'll have Ramza run over. And also, if we can get rid of the thieves faster, that's great. So hopefully these two can deal with the Chemist on their own. And hopefully Olan will use Galaxy Stop and run away. He is not being a friend. Okay. Let's get a little farther away from the Chemist here. Yeah, so now it's all wearing off, and we really wish he had. Oh, but don't act and don't move have not worn off yet. Okay, so that's something. Only stop is worn off. And we did frog 2 enemies. Hopefully we don't unfrog. Nope, we slept. Well, we put a frog to sleep. Could be worse, I suppose. But not ideal, obviously. Alright, don't act and don't move have worn off. But we did frog all but two of the, all but one of the thieves. So actually, maybe I should stop Nameless Dancing. Maybe I should stop Nameless Dancing. What do I want to be doing with you? I guess we'll throw another heal your way, just to be careful, and come further up. And you... Let's go for the Thief. The Thief's the threat. We don't know if they have Steel Heart, and if they do, it's a real problem. So this hits fewer targets than we could, but it hits the critical target. Great turn. Great turn. Gotta feel good about that. So yeah, this is a fight, like, and we've seen this with a bunch of fights. Fights that can look really easy can be fights that can go super wrong. Like, Olin took 130 damage. If we don't heal him there and he happens to get a hit a couple more times, we just lose, right? That's just a game over. That's a reset. I should stop Nameless Dancing. We might unfrog something. So it's just really, there's a lot of fights which, like, it goes right, it looks like there was no risk at all, and it goes wrong, and it looks like there was nothing you could do. And we want the fights to look like the former, right? Now at this point, you're at 1530. You're going to break 16 this fight. So yeah, keep dancing. You're actually falling behind. Please run over near the others. No. Okay. Oh, Blade Grasp does work with guns. Most evasion does not help with guns, but Blade Grasp does. So that's part of the reason the guy didn't even try to shoot Ramza, because you can just put your hands in the air and they can't shoot you. That's how you stop bullets. Let this be a lesson to all the people out there. All right, let's top you off. May as well hit 2 at once. Isn't Mage Mirai incredible? Just the damage output here. And this holds up. There's a lot of class stuff that like gives you access to crazy damage, but as the game goes on, right, it drops off in damage. Mage Mirai does not drop off in damage. Mage Mirai is going to be basically this dominant for the rest of the game. That might not be quite true. The Wizard version definitely is. This version might not be. Oh, thanks, dude. But Mage Mirai will be our best unit for just the rest of time. And he now even has access to healing. Accumulate. That's a goofy thing here. I don't think I've ever seen Olin use accumulate before. Alright. You have the least experience at this point, so let's switch over to Wisnabis. It just goes off the most. And we'll slowly tick down the enemy. And you can... Yeah, you can heal. And you can sit there. You're going to gain enough experience. We don't need you to be the one delivering finishing blows here. You don't have to try this hard to, you know, keep experience level, but it doesn't hurt, and it doesn't take too much extra time. I do think this is a really fun type of challenge to do. I would love it if me doing this inspired 3 people to do a draft and each run their draft. I think that would be really neat. I think this is just a very fun way to play FFTactics. And yeah, I would love to see what people did. And I'm sure, like, as much as like I've argued for classes, I'm sure everyone would have different opinions than what I've offered here. Yeah, you can see Blade Grasp brings that down to 31%. I think mantles don't do anything against guns, but Blade Grasp does. We'll grab that crystal. Fly looks, again, so goofy. What a great thing. Anything fun? Nah. I should probably stop dancing soon. But yeah, there's nothing I'd like more than like this inspiring a bunch of people to be like, yeah, we want to do a competitive draft against each other. I think that would be delightful. And I would be very curious to see how people did. I think this is hard, and like I've done it enough times. That's gonna miss because he stood still. Like I make it look easier than it is because again I've done this a whole bunch of times. Judo outfit. That's an early judo outfit. That's like the next level up of equipment. It's +1 physical, I think, and basically, yeah. If you're in a physical build, we'd now have twist headband and a judo outfit, which would be at level gear that gives +3 physical attack. So that's great if you're in like Geomancer or something. But our party is not in Geomancer. I forgot he can heal. This might take a while if we don't go kill him. Alright, we'll go finish him off. But probably with our Oracle. Again, that's the character that's easiest to get behind on experience. And I gotta stop using Wisnabis here. She's gonna level too high. Or, get a bit ahead. Really what we're doing is leveling Olin. Olin will not be a consistent guest or join the party or anything, so leveling Olin is not all that useful. Let's punch the sky with our bag, with our new nice bag. And we'll have our Oracle come over to help. While Ramza grabs treasure. Everyone's got their job. Punching air, grabbing treasure, or defeating the enemy. All equally important. Oh yeah, Galaxy Stop. Good move. Good move. Yeah, so Galaxy Stop is an improved Nameless Dance, right? It hits for better effects than Nameless Dance in general, and gets them all at once if it hits. It's pretty great. Sadly, this is the only fight in the game we will see it, but that does not diminish its glory. It is funny that Olin's AI is like bad enough and he uses it infrequently enough. This fight is just a fight you can really easily get game overs on because Olin just dies. Again, make sure to pick the option not to have to save people if possible, right? Of course, it's a much better move the more enemies are on the field because, it has a 50% chance to hit each. Obviously, 50% on 10 targets is better than 50% on one target, as we've seen with Nameless Dance. Right? Nameless Dance is a much more useful ability at the start of a fight than at the end of a fight. And I'm very happy if Pythia is our highest level character because that's just not going to continue to be the case. There is a solo Ramza fight at some point, so Ramza will gain more experience than other characters, and especially depending on what your game plan for beating that fight is. Weird that Olin didn't attack there. Because he could have just finished them. I guess he just assumes they're not a threat and didn't. Alright, I'll take the killing blow. But Ramza will pick up extra experience at some point, and yeah, depending on what your game plan is for that fight, determines how much extra experience he'll gain. And often it can be like 3 or 4 levels. So there's a case for keeping Rams a little lower level if you want to stay balanced after that. That's going to be at the end of chapter 3. Are you all right? Thank you for saving me. My name is Goland. What's yours? Shikuche Bulbe. Something wrong? Oh, nothing. Never mind. Where are you going anyway? To Lesalia. If you're going that way, we could go along. Too bad. I'm going the other way. Thanks for the offer. Well, be careful. You too. Is this a friend? An ally? Or another person who's going to shortly betray us or manipulate us? Who can say? I'll see you later. Stay alive. Till then. Oh, yeah. Alright. New character to meet. The mithril gun should now be available. That we saw the chemist use. So if you want to upgrade from like, 6 power, 36 total damage guns, you can now jump to 64. These are the upgrades we saw before. None of them are relevant to us. But we could dupe some more bags, but no need. We have 280,000. We probably won't need to dupe again. Let's go to Lesalia, the Imperial capital. This is not a tough fight. This should be the one fight we, at this point, like, we just don't have to worry too much about. But I think we'll have some resets this chapter. I would be pretty surprised if we didn't. What's wrong? Why aren't you sitting? I was surprised to know you're in Lesalia. Alma's here too. See her before you go. Brother. He so obviously has no interest in us. What? Can you stop the war? Don't be ridiculous. What's the purpose? Bulves have fought to protect the people, not royalty. Balbanes, maybe. Not sure the rest have. But now they're fighting for self-interest. You don't know anything. You don't understand, brother. This battle's someone's plot. Someone's using Larg and Goltana. Using? What are you talking about? I don't know much either. Daisadark tried to kidnap the princess to keep Goltana from the throne, but someone took the princess to Goltana. If she was killed then, Goltana would have been killed as a traitor. Daisadark planned the kidnap? Shikuchi, you're saying your own brother came up with such a plot? He also planned the kidnap of Marquis of Elmdor. Don't you know anything? You fool! Don't you trust your flesh? Get out. Go back to Egros. Don't you believe me? How am I supposed to believe in a reverent kid like you? I've cared about you being my half-brother, but after all, bad blood is bad blood. Not suitable for a Bulve. Oh, Zalbag, you suck. Zalbag. Your Excellency, I was told TG Sid broke through Dagola Pass. What? I thought they were at Bethla. 11 Assembly. Tell everyone to join. I'll be there too. Yes, sir. TG Sid might be a problem for the Hokuten. When a dude is named Thunder God, you might not want to be on the other side from him. Though, as I said in my FF7 playthrough, Tifa is just as overpowered as TG Sid. Alright, anything here? Castles will generally not have stuff for us, because castles are generally equipment for knights and stuff. So you'll see stuff like swords and lances especially, but also like all the plus HP helmet and armor stuff is just not very relevant to us. And we got a battle. I think we're still on the 2 battles an episode pace, though I guess this had a lot of plot going on. 2 parties here, divided team, but it's basically the same location. It's just which side of the door you start on. Rather than some, like, clear difference. Shikuchi, wait. Alma, you were gonna leave without telling me. You were told to talk to her. I hate goodbyes. You won't be back, will you? Delita is alive. What? Delita helped kidnap the princess. What does all this mean? I thought he joined Goltana to get back at us, but he seems to be involved more with someone else. Someone other than Delita saved the princess from being killed for some scheme. Is it true Dysadarg was involved in the kidnapping? Yes. I'm sure he had his reasons, but I don't know them. So, Teta is Teta? Yes. Meaning, is she dead? Alma, listen carefully. I don't know who's behind Delita, but he's dangerous, taking advantage of the war to achieve something vicious. Is Delita party to the plot? I don't know. He seemed to have his own ideas about things, though. He's the rock against the tide. You're fighting against them. I'll go with you. Are you out of your mind? Of course not. I want to prove that what you're saying is true. No, no. I don't want to see another Teta. Alma. Shikuchi Bulve, aren't you? I'm Zalmo Luznada, Heresy Examiner. I order you to appear at a heresy hearing on suspicion of murder and heresy. You will follow us. Any resistance will force us to execute you immediately. Heresy Examiner? Run, brother. I won't let you. Get him. Kill the heretic. Alright, great, great, great. We're a heretic now. We did kill a cardinal. Mission objective, I skipped past it, but it flashed on him, is take out Zalmo, so you can end the fight relatively quick by going after Zalmo. But Zalmo, A, plays defensively, B, every time he moves, he heals HP, and C, he has pretty powerful healing magic and a big health pool. So it's you usually don't end up rushing him down here, and I doubt we will. Sometimes the enemies on this fight have geomancy, so you can get unlucky with like petrifies or something, because if they're standing on stone and use geomancy, it has petrify chances. Should we just go for it? Let's go for it. It's like 80%. All right, well, we missed. Great. But, you know. Alma has the same skill set. Ovelia said Alma was very similar to her, and she has the same skill, cleric with End Barrier, which gives all kind of boosts. So actually, she usually will cast that on Ramza. So what we'll do is we'll cast haste here. Pythia can move into that, and that can haste Alma as well. Oh, Pythia can't reach it. I should have checked. Alright, punished. That's okay, though. Not too much to do here. Oh, I should have done re-raise. What a fool. And she is quite low level. But yeah, she'll give Rams a huge boost here, and we'll start, the usual. One thing this kind of playthrough lacks that normal playthroughs have is a kind of there's less of a feeling of progression of your characters. It relies more on equipment rather than like, you're changing classes, you're picking up stuff from different classes. You kind of get it all at once. I think having played through the game a bunch normally, I like getting that sometimes, and I don't mind not getting it. But for some people, that will really lose an important piece of the game. And for me, I'm happy either way. Okay. Re-raise is already on Ramza. Let's get re-raise on ourselves, just in case. And let's try for another aggressive teleport. Yeah, we did it. I bet we get 2 kills here. We got 0. Wow. So it did the normal damage, and it brought everyone into critical, but it didn't get anyone. I assumed like we'd get 1 or 2 Zodiacs in our favor, and we got 1 Zodiac in our favor, but I was hoping it would be on archers. Not a good prediction. Darkness is useless. Silence is useless. That was terrible. Horrible job to Yuna. Alma is out of MP, so she can only cast her super move once. Her healing staff, if you hit an ally with it, heals them. There's an interesting effect for like a priest weapon to have. And our first access to it is here if we take it from Alma. If I was being really like conscientious and good at this game, I would always like go and check what the secondary abilities on enemies are. Like this one has item, the knight didn't have one. This one has item. This one has punch art. This one has punch art. So none have geomancy, and geomancy is kind of the scary one. Do you want to clear this group? Yeah, let's clear them. And then we won't move because then our first turn will come back quicker, and we want to be able to take out Zalma. Oh, silence. Zalmo can't heal now. That's actually pretty good. I think Alma's AI might include some kind of stay close to Ramza feature. I'm not sure. Yeah, so he can't do much actually. He has a rod, but he couldn't move 2 away from Ramza, so he couldn't use it. All right, maybe we'll 47. That's not great. Let's punch you with a rod. Probably will miss because they have armor. They have shields, but or has a decent chance to miss at least. We shouldn't have done that. I'm just getting my oracle hit. They have re-raise, but like I was lucky. But why? Why create risk? Yeah, she really must have a stay close to Ramza AI. I didn't know that. I felt like normally in this fight she kind of retreats backwards, but maybe that's just because of how I happened to have played it, like last time I played it. You can keep dancing. Opposing us is the same as blasphemy. It's not too late. Repent, and your life will be saved. Aren't you supposed to be like your soul will be saved? I feel like you're still going to execute us. Why am I a heretic? I haven't done anything. Don't be coy. You killed Draclau and took the Holy Stone to give it to a demon. That's a false charge. It was an evil stone with vicious power, not like the legend. Further, the cardinal became the legendary Lucavi with its evil power. You dare to hurt him too? Oh, for shame. You are disgrace to the Bulve name. Alright, cool, cool. Nicely, this 25 heal he'll get will not be enough to stop us from two-shotting him. I'm surprised he could hit her through Ramza. Curious. Please don't break something. Sure, not a problem. And Ramza will finish this fight come his next turn. Which is not now. Alright, let's poke someone with a stick for huge damage. 105 damage. God, sticks are great. And let's end it. Yeah, and also like the draw out doesn't have to worry about direction of attack. It's just such a powerful effect. If I do, I was talking about this last episode, or was it this episode? It's probably this episode. Yeah, it was earlier this episode. You heretics don't fear God. I'll fix you. This inspires anyone to play it. If you do get Samurai, try to get Wizard or Time Mage. Time Mage is great. Wizard's probably even better. You don't get Teleport, but you do get Magic Attack up, and the damage is just like I have 12 magic power now. If you add magic attack up, that's 16. So I'm doing like 12 times 12 for 144 base damage, and a wizard Mirai would be doing 16 times 12, which is 184 base damage, 40 higher base damage. No, I did the math totally wrong. I'm an idiot. 16 times 12 should be 48 higher. My brain's going. My brain has been really shaky the last few days, but why am I being an idiot? So 16 times 12. Oh, it's yeah. It's 192. That's what I thought it should be, but for some reason I was doing 10 times 16 and then 2 times 12, and of course it's 10 times 16 plus 2 times 16. Ah, very dumb. All right, are you all right? Yeah, so we're both okay. How'd the examiner find out about the Holy Stone? Maybe it was someone behind Delita or Glabados Church? But why would the church? Holy Stone? You mean the legendary Holy Stone? It really exists. Then maybe I've seen it. What? Where? Promise to take me with you. Don't be ridiculous. You'd have a terrible time. Come on, Shikuchi, stop being a dick. No, I won't take you. Okay, then I won't tell you. Good job, Alma. Come on, don't play games. You might get killed. It may be too late already, because you disobeyed him. By now I'm probably a heretic, fugitive like you. Daisadark may desert me to protect Bolve. Protect himself, yeah. He's capable of that. No, it's too dangerous. Explain it to Zalbag and get permission from the church. I saw it at Orbone Monastery. Yes, a crystal with a carved Virgo crest. Virgo. Incidentally, most of the bosses in this game are Virgos, and that is part of the reason um, to pick either uh, January or May 1st as your birthday, is those are the two birthdays that will have good compatibility with Virgos. And that just means you do more damage to them, they do more damage to you. As I've said before, there is a case for going Pisces, like late February birthday kind of thing, because that gives you low damage to them and they do low damage to you. But we generally need to pick stuff off quickly or we get swarmed. So it is easier to keep things under control, in fact, if it's higher damage both ways, as long as you can engage with only a few enemy units at a time. Before it passes into their hands. Thanks for telling me. Now, go back to Zalbag. How do you get in, Orbone? You're a heretic. You can't go into a monastery of Glabados. There's no way. Uh, See? You do need me, don't you? Good for you, Alma. Only as far as Orbone, all right? Then you go back. All right. Promise me. Huh. Good for Alma. Ramset, just take her with you. Calm down, dude. All right. That said, we got, of course, some things to do, and then we'll end the episode. Got to check gear and stuff. Um, this is one of the big sequences of the chapter. Not the famously hard one, but actually a really tricky one for our format. Really easy to get very quick resets here. Just fights you just lose instantly. Everything goes wrong, and you either lose or win on the spot. Um, so it's quick, but you can get a whole bunch of resets racked up really quickly here. So the most important thing to do right now is take her gear. Red shoes are kind of nice. One magic and one move. I prefer one magic and the evasion that comes with mantles, but there's a case for move, especially on a teleport character. It would make Ramza be able to go longer distances more reliably, and he's mostly reliant on Blade Grasp for dodging. So actually, let's give him the red shoes. I think the move, that means 100% of the time he can move up to 4 squares, and like he's 90% to do 5, 80% to do 6. Um, I think that's the math. I might be wrong on it. But point is, I think helping his move here is kind of helpful. And helping his evasion is less useful because he already has pretty good evasion. let's go to Dorter. We'll see if there's new stuff in shops yet. I think there's stuff after Orbone, not before. Oh no, I am incorrect. Heaven's Cloud is available. Wonderful. So this is our new go-to damage dealer. And is there anything else? Wizard Staff. No, we already have that. Iron Fan. Okay. Oh, and we probably had a chance to upgrade our rod before, and we didn't. That's a shame. And we got lots of new gear. Okay, let's check it out. So this is not an upgrade. We want the higher magic attack. We lose speed, but we gain HP, MP, and magic attack. Speed is better than magic, even on a character like this. But magic is really good, and it comes with just the survivability helps. Yeah, I think we make the switch. We probably never switch off Wizard Robe for the rest of the game. The +2 magic attack is just huge. Chameleon Robe will be relevant a bit down the road, but yeah, Judo outfit, not worth it. And Elf Mantle is worse than Wizard Mantle for most characters because you'd rather have the +1 to magic. But if you're a physical character, maybe you go the Elf Mantle here. But maybe you go something else. There's some stuff we'll buy here, but it'll all come later. Let's upgrade here to an Iron Fan. 9 times 10, 90 damage a hit default. So good. And actually, we're going to switch here to the Holy Miter as well. So that's 9 times 11 now, 99 a hit. Great. We're going to stick there, stick there. And for you, physical and magical power don't matter. All that matters is HP. So we'll take the higher HP on both of these. And we have everyone getting around 150 now. So that's pretty pleasant. Yeah, this next section's hard. We'll do Orbone Monastery next time. There are 2 big sequences of FFTactics, of Chapter 3. The other one is over here on the map. That's where we're going to be going after this, is over here. But, so Gallion is over here. That's like Egros area. Then there's the sort of Boham Plains area, kind of around here. Then there's Lesalia over here. This is kind of Lesalia territory. Limberry is over here somewhere. No, Limberry's over here. That's why it's been the point of conflict. Zeltenia is over here somewhere. So Zeltenia and Egros are sort of on opposite sides. So it makes sense that kind of Lesalia into Limberry area is a point of conflict. No. Limberry's over here. So Lesalia to Limberry, point of conflict, and then Zeltenia is further over. Am I making stuff up? My brain's dead. Okay, I gotta stop saying things. And then down here we have Lionel, and over here is Morand. This is, I think, the head part of Morand. Okay. I think we have our equipment all ready to go. This next part's hard. I expect to get my first reset there. Actually, we're going to buy... Let's think about this. Let's try to do something I've never done before, but it's probably applicable here. Let's get a Chameleon Robe. Now, why is Chameleon Robe interesting? It absorbs holy attacks. Absorbs holy attacks. Yeah. I can just make something more reliable than I ever have before. Let's also pick up Feather Boots. That gives float, which can dodge some earth attacks. And let's get some Jade Armlets. Those can stop Petrify and Stop, which are obviously terrifying effects. Let's get 3 of those. Let's get an NK Armlet. It can stop Confusion and Charm. These will be things we have to dodge later. And is there anything else we need here? No. But I think those will be useful to have in our inventory at specific moments. We won't ever need the healing staff. We won't need the battle dictionary. We won't need this dagger. Um, we won't need this battle bamboo. This is pretty useful. It's a very low HP plus for a hat, but it does protect against a lot of effects. We'll keep it around. We don't need the twist headband. It's great for physical characters, but we're not physical. We don't need the wizard outfit anymore, and we don't need the burgundy. And it's nice to have some backups of other things. And we have a whole selection of ways to dodge stuff, right? This is our kind of general purpose. This is if enemies use lightning stuff. This is if enemies have sleep or death sentence. This stops slow, which isn't that much of a threat. We're never actually going to use this. Let's get rid of this. We don't need physical. This is magic plus move. This dodges earth stuff. This dodges petrify and stop. This dodges confusion and charm. And this we don't. All right. I think we're all set to go. This is where I would expect coming into this playthrough to get my first reset. We were very close to getting it at Lesalia Castle. But this would be my predicted, I think I will get at least one and possibly a whole number of resets here, but I do have an idea. In fact, while we're here, while I have my idea, we're going to buy a second chameleon robe. And I'll talk about why later. But I think actually we can make this reliable. So now I think I'm not going to get a reset here. I think we can do something to make this a reliable fight rather than a nightmare. So hopefully that all works out. One other thing I'm excited about is Ramza now has 82 MP. He can now use Meteor. Will he ever need to? Meteor costs, I believe, 70 MP. We should have gotten slow and slow too at some point. 70 MP with really high power. So maybe he'll see a use for that. His draw out stuff is so strong he probably won't, but he might. We also have enough MP at 82. We probably have enough to cast Holy. I can't check how much it costs because we can't actually look at priest abilities now that we've learned all abilities. But there is a good chance we can now use Holy, which gives this character good nuke damage. And Yuna still doesn't have a way to do damage. Alright, that's enough. See you next time.